And I know that I have resolved that part of my shadow because now what is being reflected is very different.
Yes.
Your body has to trust you.
It has to feel safe.
In order for your shadow to allow itself to be seen. It has to trust that when you see this, you're not going to run off.
Right.
I command my womb and I tell it, I release all the energy that does not belong to me.
Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Art of Being podcast, a secret space where we dive into spirituality, healing, manifestation, and all the magic of becoming. We explore the depth of the human experience, the pain, the triggers, the healing, the expansion, the joy, and what it means to move through life with awareness and intention. I am Bamzi, a mindset and manifestation coach. I'm so glad that you're here. Take a deep breath, settle in, and let's journey together.
Welcome back to the Art of Being. I have Nyambura with me today. Last time we had so much fun, just chatting, talking about her journey, and also going into a bit of shadow work. And today I just wanted us to focus on shadow work, and specifically how the universe is always reflecting you. It's always giving you opportunities to go deeper. So whatever is presented in front of you is a reflection of your consciousness, is a reflection of your internal world, right? And so that's what I wanted us to talk about today. Welcome back. People had so much fun watching you last time. Yeah. You're such a powerhouse. Somebody commented that. Somebody on YouTube was like, oh, Nyambura is such a powerhouse. You didn't see that comment, did you?
No.
Okay.
Because I was using Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, you did audio. I'm also an audio consumer as well.
It was weird for me to see myself throwing hands and being animated. I'm still getting to the point of being comfortable with being seen.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a journey because I'm on that journey as well, and I feel like I'm getting more comfortable because I've been doing more short form, TikTok and especially TikTok, and I've noticed that there's a huge difference between the first video that I made and the video now, because now I'm just I have
natural.
this confidence,
Yes.
but that has taken over a year for me to get to that point where I feel like it's more natural than it used to be before. So let's talk about how the universe is always reflecting you, and the reason why we want to talk about this today is because we've been having conversations offline. It's something that has come up for Nyambura as she's doing her somatic experiencing. And she wrote a beautiful article on Substack. Go to Nyambura's Substack and read her work.
At Nyambura Gobela.
She's a Gemini rising, so of course she's gonna have a beautiful way of using words. Whenever I read or listen to anyone who's a Gemini rising, it's something that I've noticed for a couple of people. I'm these people have a beautiful way with language.
Oh yeah. We are very, it's easy for us to communicate. Yeah, it's almost second nature.
Yeah.
I don't struggle to either express myself in whichever medium, whether it's on video, whether I'm writing, whether I'm having an interpersonal communication. It's very easy for me to use words.
Yeah, so we just wanted to talk about how the universe has reflected Nyambura, has given her different reflections with regards to do you want to talk about it?
Shadow work.
To shadow work, yeah, specifically shadow work, the things that we are scared of seeing, the parts of ourselves, the things that our shadow, I don't know how to describe it, when we were children, either something... What you repressed, what you suppressed, because at the time, of course, you didn't have the capacity, you didn't have... as a child, you don't have the capacity to handle the heaviness, right? So your shadow takes all of that and is I'm gonna hold this for you until you're ready, until you have the capacity to be able to look at this. But I feel a lot of us move through life. There are people that move through life and they never examine their shadows, but the universe is always giving them chances and opportunities through triggers, right? Through whatever you say and then it rubs me the wrong way, it's because there's something within me that I need to examine, but I'm avoiding.
And since we are talking about triggers, I would want to give a trigger warning that we are going to be talking about sexual abuse. The shadow that I want to be talking about today has to do with sexual abuse.
Right, yeah.
And sexual abuse at a very young age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's give that a moment to just percolate. It's a very heavy topic.
Yes.
So I am feeling that I am wanting to invite my guides into this space and my ancestors to surround me and give me the support as I explore this shadow publicly, probably for the first time.
Yeah.
I know I've written about it.
Yes.
I have done one TikTok about it, but it feels like I am ready to go deeper in the face of the public. So I am needing a lot of strength and support.
Safe. Okay.
So when I was around the age of 5, a brother of my mother used to perform sexual acts on himself in my presence. And because I did not grow up in an environment where I was made to feel safe, I did not feel, a part of me knew that this was not supposed to be happening. You know, you're 5.
Yeah.
And this is something weird going on, and your system knows that this is not supposed to happen. But also because you're not with safe adults, even communicating that this is happening is very difficult to do. So I think my system shut down. It happened a couple of times, I think, between the age of 5 and 6. And my body, I think, went into freeze. And that information has been stored in my shadow my entire life. And I knew I was wounded. I was sexually wounded because especially my interactions with the opposite sex have been, if you read my article, the one I posted today, you saw me talking about this gaping wound in my sacral because sexual abuse occurs at the level of the sacral chakra.
Yeah.
And the sacral chakra has to do with our sexuality, our sexual energy, and also our creative energy. They are actually the same thing if you think about it, because when we give birth to children, we are creating something.
Yes.
We are bringing a spirit from the unseen into the seen world through the sacral as a portal. So sexual energy is indeed creative energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So my interactions, and the sacral center is also concerned with interactions beyond the home, the interactions we form after we leave our early childhood, meaning the friendships we create and the sexual partners that we interact with. So those interactions for me have always been off, whether it's friendships or whether it's sexual partners. So my wounding, my gaping wound, the way it has manifested, in friendships, it was experiencing obsessive interactions. Like I'd have friends that almost want to enter into my skin.
What?
You know how you feel like someone, they start behaving like you, they start speaking like
they're
you.
mirroring.
Like they're mirroring your energy. And when you try to create a boundary, there's a meltdown. It's as if it's very painful for them to be removed from your energy. So the endings of my friendships have always been very catastrophic. Like it's the end of the world for someone, and even for me sometimes. So, and the way this wounding has manifested in sexual interactions is I discovered from a very young age that men interact with me at a sexual level, always. Whenever I see a man coming towards me to talk to me, I know by the end of that conversation, there will be sexual innuendo, there will be an attempt to flirt with me. There's always something inappropriate happening with my sexual energy.
Right.
And it used to be very frustrating in the beginning because I couldn't understand, because from observation of either my friends or other women, I could see women working together with men and the relationships would seem very healthy, but not for me. So I used to wonder, what is it about me that is always making men behave a certain way around me? On the other hand, there's a part of me that used to love the attention. Because when you've grown up in a space where your emotional needs are not met and you're not given a lot of attention, then you go out into the world and accept and even sometimes seek unhealthy attention, as long as it's attention. So there's a part of me that used to enjoy it, but also there's a part of me that used to hate it. So I've always existed, there has always been tension between this love and hate for my sexual energy.
Yeah.
So last year, I spent the whole of 2023 working on my sacral energy, because every year I take one chakra and I walk with it for the whole year.
I really love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in
That's
20
really deep.
It's very deep work, and
Yeah.
I've been doing this journey for the last 7 years, and this is my final year in this 7-year cycle. So in 2023, I was working on my sacral chakra, and there was a bit of loosening in my energy, and I feel it was preparing me for last year, 2024, when I went back to school to study somatic experiencing. Because when I started doing somatic experiencing, all my childhood wounds suddenly
Came
came
up
to
to
the
the
surface, and especially that sacral wounding. So for the first time in my life, that 5-year-old who was sexually abused came to the surface to be addressed. So that's the shadow work that I was doing the whole of last year. And I know it worked, and it was very difficult and painful work. Sexual abuse work is because a sexual abuse crime happens on your body.
Right.
The crime scene is your body. So it's not something that you can escape.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to address within yourself. And it was very painful because it felt like I was reliving those moments again and again. But thankfully, it came at a time that I was very resourced, because somatic experiencing is very embodied kind of work. So I had a lot of support from my community at school, from the therapists that I've been working with to support me on this journey. But it was still very painful and difficult work. But now, sitting here today, I know it worked because I have noticed that men are interacting with me very differently.
Right.
The interactions, I recently started doing TikToks. I started late last year, around November, December. And one of my fears was, by being seen, I had the fear of being seen, by being perceived by the public, by a huge number of people, by a huge number of men, I would be exposing myself to this unhealthy attention from men.
Right.
So it's so interesting to notice now that even the men who come to my DMs and the men who come to my WhatsApp or call me to work with me, they are no longer approaching me from that level of the shadow. I have managed to integrate this shadow, and now I have become the power behind my sexual energy.
Right. So what you're saying and what you're speaking to is that part of you that was repressed and suppressed and all of that was so loud because it wanted attention, and you went so long without you wanting to see it, right? And when you reclaimed that part of you and brought it home and integrated it within yourself, then it kind of dissolves or quiets down.
It quiets
right?
down, yes.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
It quiets down, and I feel because I was able to sit with it when it was so loud, when it was out of control, now I've become a master of it.
Because it no longer needs to be loud.
It no longer needs to be loud.
Right, it no longer needs to.
So now it's not the one controlling me. I am the one in charge of it.
You're
I'm
the driver, you're the
of it.
mother, like,
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And the other thing that has happened is by closing this wound was like a gaping wound, leaking my creative life force, leaking it out. So I also had a lot, apart from the men who wanted like that sort of sexual interaction, I also had a group of men who are always calling me up to pick my mind. I just want to sit with you because when I sit with you, I feel better afterwards. When I sit with you and share my business plan with you, it goes well.
Can you talk about that? Like, what is going on there energetically? Like,
it's because my wound, I have a wounding that is so wide open. So my energy is just leaking through.
Right? And it's like they're taking your energy.
So it's available for anyone to tap into. So what has happened with me closing up this wound, I have reclaimed my boundaries. No one taught me as a child how to have sexual boundaries. When that big thing happened to me that caused this gaping wound, no one sat me down to process what had just happened. So my sexual energy was awakened before its time. So it's actually older than me because the sacral is supposed to come alive around the age of puberty when you start realizing you can be attracted to a boy.
Oh, that boy's cute.
That boy is cute.
Yeah.
So mine was awakened way before its time. So it's been always older than me.
Right.
So I have never had the capacity to contain it. So it's been more available to other people, more than even myself. So my process of healing has been reclaiming my boundaries and becoming able to contain this force so that I can channel it for myself.
For your creativity.
For my own creativity. And immediately I was able to do this. I became a painter. And I wrote an entire book.
Oh my God.
Like within a space of like 3 months. I created a whole body of 32 pieces in 1 month. And I wrote a book with another 40 pieces of art. And you've read my book, it has 40 chapters. I created those 2 bodies of work in exactly 3 months. So that is wild. And that tells me the kind of creative energy that has always been within me, but has not been available to me because it was leaking.
It's going to other people instead of you. Oh, because everyone, you're your source energy. So if your source energy, like you're outsourcing your energy to other people, they're taking it away, you're not going to be left with anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like we also always wonder, we always say like, oh, I'm not creative, I don't think I'm creative. Like, how many people say that?
And you don't creative.
We're all creative.
We are all conduits of the divine.
Yeah, because creativity doesn't have to be like in one form, right? It's if you painter, art, writer, drawing, knitting, whatever,
Cooking. Yeah.
all of those things, right? But we don't realize that maybe your energy is going to somebody else. Maybe your sacral is open like yours was. Mine is closed. We've talked about this online. I'm the opposite of you. For when I'm ready, I'll talk about like my specific experience. But I'm the complete opposite of you. And what you just said like almost made me. It always made me teary because I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize there's so much of myself that is locked away because I haven't healed and reclaimed this part.
Yeah.
Oh, what you just said, I'm like, oh my gosh, because I know we spoke about it last time, but I guess like by you just documenting it and just expounding on how that was blocking your creative energy and what you were able to do when you reclaimed it, it just unlocked something within me.
So glad. I am so glad. And this is why
oh my gosh,
I feel that it's so important for us to speak up and to share these stories, however ugly they may be, because when we confront our own shadows, we kind of give other people permission.
Yes.
And we shine a light in the dark.
Yes.
And create space for them to also explore their own shadows. Because these things are rarely talked about, especially when sexual abuse happens within the family system. Instead of it being given a form of expression, most of the time it's actually suppressed. It's people in the family, even now, telling me to not talk about it, to protect the family name, to protect this man that did this to me because he has a family and he has his own kids and to not rock the boat. So by speaking out, we are giving others permission to also, and the strength to sit with their own shadows.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful that you invited me to talk about this today because this is the first time I'm talking about this without crying. And I feel it's because we are co-regulating.
Yeah.
There's support here.
Yeah.
There's space here for me to talk about this shadow that I've integrated without totally collapsing.
Right.
Yeah. So this is community.
Oh my God, I love this so much. And it's so beautiful. And so I just, from like a listener's perspective, I know there are a lot of people, even if maybe it's not the same exact thing that happened to them, but they have shadows.
Yeah.
Right? And like you were saying, the universe was always showing you, or like you didn't know, consciously you didn't know what was happening. You didn't know like why are they interacting with me this way? Why are other women able to have different relationships with men than I do, right? But there are people that are dealing with like heavy shadows, something happened to them. And the child self could not handle that because they didn't have the capacity. And that shadow is screaming and they're always wondering like, why do I show up this way? Why are people always like showing me this thing? Or like, why do I react that way? Or why is this thing constantly like, it's a pattern they notice, but they don't know what's happening, first of all. Yeah. They don't know, like, it's a shadow. They don't know that the reason why it keeps showing up in their reality is because the universe is constantly reflecting you and reflecting something that's within you. Right? It's always guiding you. It's a message to go within and look at that. Because in your case, all of those interactions was like a message to you, like, hey, something is happening.
Amiss.
Something is amiss. There's something you haven't reclaimed. There's something you haven't brought home. For somebody who maybe they have like a hint of like, oh, this is maybe a shadow of mine. And they're kind of scared to go there. I don't know. Like as a person who does work at that level, like what would you say to them?
First of all, before I go there, I just want to talk about the symptoms of a sexual shadow.
Okay. Yeah.
Or rather, the symptoms I noticed within myself. And probably someone listening might go like,
right,
that's what it is.
Right.
So for me, first of all, my period. For the longest time, since I had my first period, First of all, my period has never been painful, luckily. But it was a lot.
Heavy.
My menses have always been so heavy and so extended. In high school, I used to go for 7 days. Yeah. And it's heavy. You know, when I hear people talking about you're supposed to produce, I don't know how many mLs of blood in a month. Mine was probably jugfuls.
Liters and liters.
Liters and liters. And I knew that was not normal because I'm very open with my experiences. And because I'm open, other people also share their experiences with me. So I knew there was something there. The other thing I noticed is my crying, the sacral energy has also to do with emotions.
Right. Yes.
It's actually the element related to the sacral is water. It's a watery realm.
Because it's a womb.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a watery realm of emotions. So my emotions have always been bigger than life.
We talked about some of it last time. Yes.
When I cry like a helpless child. I don't cry like a woman. I cry like a child. I cannot be consoled. So in relationships, my partners often
Where's your moon?
My moon is in Leo. I'm very dramatic with my emotions.
Mine wants to be private. I'm very Scorpio. Like,
Mine is
don't
very
see
loud.
it. I don't want you to see it.
So I used to cry like a child. And when I compare the trigger and the reaction, it was never adding up.
Yeah.
So when I've been healing, I've realized it's that 5-year-old that has been crying.
It's not adult Nyambura.
It's not adult Nyambura. It's that child
Yes.
that was crying in a way that cannot be consoled because that's what she would have wanted. If someone had held space for me at 5, I would have cried in the way that I've been crying my entire life.
Right.
So by healing, nowadays I've noticed my crying is very regulated. I don't cry like my heart is breaking to endless pieces. I cry like an adult. Okay? Another symptom I had noticed was, again, interactions in friendships.
Yeah.
That in a healthy friendship, boundaries exist. So when you notice a lot of codependency, that you have to be, if you see this one here, you have to see the other one 5 minutes later. And people talk about it like it's very cute. Sometimes it's not. When you're entangled within each other's fields, that one cannot exist without the other.
That was my past me. I'm just like, you're like, oh my God.
That is a symptom of a sexual shadow.
Oh my gosh.
That
Actually, I
have
did not know
experienced
that.
within myself. And when you talked about the universe constantly reflecting your inner world externally, those were the symptoms that were being reflected to me. And I know that I have resolved that part of my shadow because now what is being reflected is very different.
Yes.
I no longer get entangled in friendships
yeah.
where it feels like a matter of life and death.
Yes.
Yeah. And whenever I express my boundary nowadays, I'm not met with a meltdown. And I also don't experience a meltdown when someone is expressing a boundary.
Yeah, and you don't have to be apologetic because I feel like what we often do then, like when it feels like a matter of life and death, it's like if I'm not feeling, I don't have the energy of showing up today. Maybe like we had said that I'm gonna show up, we're gonna meet up or whatever, but then something came up and I have to attend to myself, right? I feel like my past self wouldn't have had the courage to be like, hey, I actually am not feeling the best today and I feel like I need to be reclusive, right? Like I would you either lie or like, oh, I'm so sorry, you feel so bad, as if like, you know, attending to yourself is a bad thing, right? So I've definitely noticed that there's a shift there that has happened with me.
Yeah, for me as well. So now that I've resolved this shadow, the universe is reflecting back to me healed sexual and creative energy. The bonds that I'm forming either in friendships, even like in my sexual relationship with my husband, there's a lot of health there. There's a lot of health being reflected back to me. So when you said that the external world is usually a reflection of the internal world, I do see it very well
Always.
in my journey, because even my period has totally rebalanced. I get it for 3 days and it's very light. Like, I'm having the best days of my life. I no longer have to deal with period stains.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, and it's so interesting. Like offline we were talking about how like everything is feeling aligning for you, right? It's the same way, and you just brought up the subject of the period, whatever, because that's. And yesterday I was in like a community call with like a group of girls where we are helping each other like heal, and we're talking about the womb especially, and because we're going through this book by Queen Afua. I've mentioned it to you before. It's called The Sacred Women something. I forget the whole title, but we're just essentially trying to heal ourselves like through the womb and whatever. And so what came up yesterday was the period pains, and especially for me, which is like a symptom
of the repression.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And as we were going through, the woman who was leading, she said that sometimes, like when you heal yourself and you heal your womb, that sometimes you can get like a half-day period and that's it. I was like, what?
Yes.
I was like, what?
Yes. We are not supposed to bleed.
And in painful ways.
Yes.
And,
my period days have become like the best days in my cycle. That's the time I take to replenish myself and to stay indoors and to stay with my plants and to take care of myself, which I could not do before because I was constantly annoyed. This blood is too much. I'm constantly cleaning. Every morning I wake up, I have to check. I can't go to places because I have to keep checking after myself to see, has it passed through? I had to wear a tampon and a pad at all times.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that heavy.
That's a lot.
So now I know the universe is reflecting this health back to me.
Right.
I can feel it. I can see it.
Oh, I love that. So with the universe reflecting, I feel like what's coming up for me is that the universe is putting these people in front of me. Because it's like, okay, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time for you to go there. Right? Because there's a reason all of a sudden all this topic is showing up in my life. Right? Yesterday I was in that community, as I said, and now we're talking about this. I didn't know that it was going to go there.
Yeah.
But clearly it's going there. And like I was saying earlier, like there's a reason why it's in front of you, right? There's a reason why it's coming up. There's a reason why like all of the dynamics kept showing up for you because you needed to look at that part of you. And I feel like, and I texted you earlier, I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go there.
I'll hold space for you whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
I feel when you're ready to face your sexual shadow, first of all, it should be very titrated. Healing should not be a process of leading you into collapse.
Right.
Yeah? There's no point in engaging in a healing activity that is going to leave you worse than when you came into this activity.
Because the point of healing is for you to like reclaim those parts of you so that you can, like you said, creatively use that energy, Yeah.
So I would say approach your shadow in a very titrated manner. Just play with the edges.
Okay. So I, of course, like understand what you're saying, but for somebody who's listening and watching us and they're like, okay, this is something they went through, especially with this like sexual, something happened to them and they want to heal so they can reclaim that energy back and they don't understand like the edges, the titration, and maybe they're not working with a healer. Maybe they're just in the beginning of their like awakening and healing journey and they don't know what that is.
I would say from my own journey, borrowing from my own journey, I would say engage in a lot of creative activities. And creativity is, again, not just painting or writing a book. It's also like cooking. even I feel like as human beings, we are constantly in a creative process. You're creating your life. The choices that you make on a regular, you choosing to come here today to have this conversation is something that you're creating.
Yeah.
But I mean a deeper creative process, probably where you do a lot of journaling. Find prompts, maybe online. If you Google how to face your sexual shadow through journaling, find prompts that you can respond to as you journal. Also, a lot of, because the sacral has to do with water, spending a lot of time with water, doing water magic, so that you transform.
Like taking baths or going to the beach.
Exactly. You transform your regular activities into self-care rituals, such that taking a shower is no longer just about cleansing your physical body. It's also about introducing movement into the waters of your body, that fluid movement. So for me, every shower time is ritual time. Whenever I finish now the physical activity of washing my body, I will place my hands on my womb and say 3 times.
With the water running.
With the water running. And say, and imagine that this water is washing away all the energy that doesn't belong to me. Because with sexual shadows, someone's energy entered yours without your consent.
And the body keeps the score.
Kept the score.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're like cleansing this energy that does not belong to you from your system. So I will put my hands on my womb and I will speak an affirmation out loud, because also using your voice, to your cells, your voice feels like a command.
Right. Because it's like prayer is not about begging or whatever. It's like
commanding your
power.
Yeah.
Because you are source energy. There's no one outside of you that's powerful, right? And we don't realize that, like, how like our voices are powerful, and how like they're waiting, our higher selves, they're waiting for us to use our voice to command things into existence, to command the healing, to command the boundary, to command all of these things. Oh, it's making me like right now.
So using the power of my voice, I command my womb and I tell it, I release all the energy that does not belong to me. And I say this 3 times, and I imagine the water is also following the command to cleanse. And then because I have cleansed, whenever you do a cleansing, you've removed something, never leave the space empty. Because you're leaving the space empty for something else to occupy.
Because it's been occupied for so long.
Yes. So in that space that I've created, then I use the same voice to command that I call back my energy in this moment.
Right.
From every timeline, every space, and every dimension.
Person,
Yes. So I call all the energy that belongs to me back to me. And for me, this feels like the water also seals my boundaries. So it's a transformation process of the small things that you do on a daily basis, working with water. And even when I drink water, I also command my water to do certain things within my system, to cleanse, to re-energize, just water in a glass, you know. And I love going to the ocean. Salt water is such a cleanser.
Because salt is a cleanser.
Whether it is crying, there's a reason our tears are salty. Whether it's crying or whether it's the ocean. So whenever I go to the ocean, it stopped being just a relaxation for me. The intention behind it has changed. I walk into the ocean to leave whatever doesn't belong to me and to call back what is mine. So these little things that you can engage in before, they usually prepare your system before you do the difficult work. You know, that now, the heavy work where you're sitting with a therapist or a somatic experiencing practitioner to actually now face this child or this young adult or this woman that this happened to. So it's a preparation, it's a titrated process of preparing your body and also developing trust in your body. Your body has to trust you.
It has to feel safe
In
for
order
you to
for
go
your
there.
shadow to allow itself to be seen. It has to trust that when you see this, you're not going to run off.
Right.
That 5-year-old within me had to trust that I wouldn't see what happened to me and completely collapse. So I spent a whole year building up to this difficult work that I ended up doing in somatic experiencing. So I would say to someone, start small, find activities that you can do in your daily life that have to do with the sacral. And these activities could also include conscious eating. When you eat orange things, your carrots, your mangoes, what other orange foods do you know?
Isn't orange?
Oranges, turmeric.
Turmeric, yes.
Whenever you're eating orange things, they have the power to recalibrate your sacral center. But
or even
only-
wearing orange things,
or
right?
wearing orange things, meditating on the color orange. So, but with intentions. Because I know we've been eating oranges our entire life. But for me now...
Like you're doing it consciously.
Consciously.
Yes, yeah.
And consciousness comes with intention.
Yes.
So when I eat an orange now, it's not just another fruit for me. It's something that is encoded to go and do something for my sacral to help my sexual shadow.
Oh my gosh, there's so much that we don't know. And I wanted to touch on something that you just mentioned about the shadow. What has become so clear to me is that your gifts are on the other side of the shadow. Literally. Because I think like a lot of us, we're always, we always want to call things into existence. Like manifestation is the word that a lot of people use. Of course, you want to manifest things. You want to call things. You want to live this larger than life, right? Because who doesn't want a beautiful life?
Yeah.
Right? It's amazing we are in this human existence to realize that we are source energy, that all the beautiful things that we want, we can have them, right? Because they're already within us, right? But what you don't realize, like what's blocking you is on the other side. It's like the shadow, all the things that you are afraid of looking at because they are dark. They seem, in churches, they call them demons, as we were talking about. Like, those are the demons. But they're dark, you don't want to see them. But you don't realize, like, the things that you're trying to call in, they're being blocked by these things that you don't want to see. Right?
So if you allow yourself to expand your container, to contain your shadow, in order to integrate it, then your gifts are just there for you to inhabit. Because a lot of the times, the shadow is a very potent place. That's where our gifts are lying untapped.
Yes.
And if you're willing and if you build that capacity to be able to face your shadow, at the end of that excavation work that you do, at the end of that 5-year-old me is the most potent inner child that I have. My manifestations, as you call them right now, like I manifested this episode.
Yeah, I don't doubt that because I told you how like in the morning I decided what I wanted to talk about, but that's what
I was coming to ask you.
Yeah, and like
could we talk about this today? So when you told me this is what you would have wanted to talk about, I was like, yeah, I'm getting used to feeling that kind of alignment in my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what we were saying earlier is that the universe is literally, because somebody might be wondering, like they might say to themselves, like, I don't think I have a shadow. But like, have you done an audit? Have you examined your life and asked yourself, like, what are the patterns that keep showing up? Like what's always constantly in front of me, right? Examine that and you will see that the universe is giving you an opportunity, right? For you to look and as I was saying earlier, it comes in form of triggers, right? Maybe we can go there, right? Like, what are you being triggered by? What is triggering you? You know, because sometimes when you get triggered, you're like, it's you, Nyambura. You made me feel like this. And that, of course, that used to be me because I used to take things personally. Oh my God! If I could have another nickname, it would be this. Not now, but like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. If I could have another nickname, would be take things personally. I used to take them as personal as possible. Like if and I wouldn't address the thing, right? I would just be triggered and I would take that personally and I would make it about my identity and who I am, right? Not realizing that the triggers were just messages, right? The universe is reflecting things that I haven't looked, things that I haven't addressed, right? And, you know, some of that was, you know, the wound of like rejection, the wound of being abandoned and all of those things. And the universe is telling me like, hey, your inner child, because it's your inner child that's being triggered. It's not adult you who has the capacity, who has the awareness, who has the language of what's happening. It's my inner child that's feeling that. But every single time I would just be like, it's you.
Yeah.
It's a you, it's not me.
Yeah.
But I'm the one who's being triggered.
So
Yeah.
I've gotten to a point in my journey where I am so grateful to triggers and even to the people.
They don't feel good, but
Yes.
I'm like, it's a time to go and love myself more.
Yeah, and even to the people who carry who bring those triggers to my field of awareness. So I've stopped taking things personally.
Oh, I love that. It's like you're grateful that they're giving you an opportunity to go deeper.
Yes, they're the ones who've been sent by the universe to come and draw out that information within myself in order for me to see my inner world, what's happening there. Where is the pain?
Right.
What thought, when I got triggered, what thoughts came up? What sensations came up? So my relationship and healing for me has been like a spiral.
Yeah, it's a spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I keep coming back
to the same thing.
To the same things, only now from a higher perspective.
And a deeper level.
And a deeper level. Like I can see myself better. And what I'm noticing is the deeper I go with my healing, the less triggered I become.
Oh, I just made a video about that.
Because the
Yes.
residue of the
Yes.
trauma has reduced.
Yes.
And to me, when
Yes.
trauma happens, for instance, when trauma happened to 5-year-old me, when that happens, a part of you is left behind.
Yes. A fragment of you is left
fragment
behind.
of you is left behind. So this 5-year-old was left behind in my sexual shadow at 5. And they've been there for a really long time trying to communicate with me. But because I was not well versed, I was not aware of even how my body communicates with me, because our bodies speak the language of sensation. So if you do not know the language of sensation, you're not aware of the messages your body is sending you until the sensations are too loud. So when you get triggered and your heart is beating and you're shaking and you're feeling like collapsing and things are falling away, you can't see whatever is in front of your face, it's loud communication from this 5-year-old that you left behind. So my healing process has been reaching into this shadow and holding the hand of this 5-year-old and bringing her home to this adult body.
Right.
Because now I have the capacity.
Yes.
So she's no longer, when I come back around in this spiral, when I come back around to the same subject, she's no longer as triggered as she used to be.
Yeah.
Because I'm paying attention to her
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's literally, it's so amazing that you're talking about this, and it's something that I was dealing with like in the last 2 weeks. Like what you're talking about, how healing is a spiral. You're coming back to the same thing, but from a higher perspective and on a deeper level, because you're peeling the onion. You know, like it's an onion, like you peel the first layer, you keep
Love
going,
that
right?
imagery, yeah.
Yeah. So for me, 2023 was like a year when I learned to let go. right? Because I used to take things personally. I'm making an interpretation of your behavior and I'm making it about me. And I'm like, oh, it's because of me. It's because something is wrong with me, right? And at the time, like I had an issue with a friendship where I was making an interpretation of their behavior, right? And taking things personally. And I'm not communicating. I'm holding resentment. I'm holding that in my body. Like I'm the one, the friend is not getting hurt. I'm getting hurt because I'm holding it, right? And so the same, recently I noticed that I started to start to make an interpretation of the same friend and their behavior. And I'm like, it's not adult me, because then I used to think that it's adult me. And so then I started to tell myself like, oh, this trigger, my inner child is seeking attention. She's seeking my love. It's like she's seeking, there's something within me that I need to go back and like examine. There's something that otherwise it wouldn't be coming up. Otherwise it wouldn't be coming up. So I need to go in and figure out like what is coming up. What do I need? What does that child need for me to give them? Right? So it's interesting that you said that, yes, you're coming back to the same thing. It's literally the same friendship. It's almost like I was almost heading towards the same interpretation, but because I've healed myself, because I've worked through a lot of those things, the perspective that I have now is so different. So the trigger didn't even become a trigger. It was like a little message. And then I immediately knew that, oh, hey, it's me. I need to go within. There's something that needs to be released. There's something that needs to dissolve. And that is how like I'm approaching it. And I'm so glad that you brought that up. And
You're welcome.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that triggers are a gift, like you were saying. And I, in fact, I had never had that perspective of like having gratitude for the trigger. I know that it's a gift because it leading you back, if you take it, it's wanting you to take it and lead you back to yourself, to uncover more of yourself. But I guess like I'll borrow from you from now and start to be grateful.
Yeah.
When triggers are presented in front of me.
Yeah, I thank them and I'm like, oh, thank you so much for choosing to inform me of this at a time that I have the capacity to respond to this communication from whichever part of myself is feeling left behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the example that I just shared, something that I've been downloading lately, and it speaks to like the somatic work that you do, is, because we always think it's the other person, right? Even if, like, let's say, I was thinking of an example of, like, when you feel left out with people, because that's something that I've felt in my past, where you feel like, oh, they did something and I was left out. They went together and did something, I feel left out. Whether it was intentional on their part or it was not intentional, it does not matter. Because even if it was intentional, they did not do that to you, right? What matters is like what came up in your body because of that, right? Whatever they did, even if it was intentional, not intentional, it doesn't matter. No one ever does anything to you, but what matters is like what.
It's just information.
How are you experiencing it and what's coming up? That is your responsibility, what's coming up in you. So that's something that I've been reflecting on, because it's something that has, of course, like as I heal, it's like what matters is me. And if they did it intentionally, then I'm alchemizing that energy, right? I'm like, because if I'm addressing what I'm experiencing, then that is what alchemy is about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it is the beginning and end is you.
Yeah.
And your internal world. And you understanding and learning to interpret what is going on internally for me. Because what is going on internally is always seen externally.
Yes.
And what is being seen externally has the power to inform you of what is going on internally.
Yeah. I feel like we always just look at the external. We forget to look at the internal. Not knowing like it starts from anything that's outside of you is just a projection of your consciousness and a projection of your internal world.
When you talk about constantly feeling left out in friendships, Know how you're a group of friends and people go around there to do things and you constantly feel like they don't choose you. They are going, you're all friends, but somehow you're always the one left behind. Yeah, that's another indicator of a sexual shadow.
Is it
Because remember I said the sacral is not only where you form sexual interactions, it's also where you form friendships.
Yes, you said that.
Intimate
You said that.
relationships.
Yeah.
So friendships are part of it.
So that's like a symptom.
So when your energy, your sexual energy is so suppressed, when there are those walls you are talking about, your desire is to have those interactions, but your energy is stopping those interactions that you so much desire.
Nyambura,
From
come on.
So the very thing that you're desiring is the very thing you're blocking yourself from.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. You and I will talk about this offline. I think
sorry.
it's become clear that, something happened to me. I guess I'll talk about it sometime, but like the same experience that Nyambura went through, I went through the same experience. And, of course, like there's going to be a time when I'm like, this is my time to share the experience.
You have to be ready.
Right, I have to be ready. And I have talked about it with, friends or with people, right? So it's not like I haven't told anyone, but like publicly.
It's
Publicly
trust
haven't
me
talked
as I'm
about it.
sitting here. It's so difficult. In the beginning, I could feel those triggers, like my body was shaking. But by the end of me expressing it, my inner child is so happy because I've not only seen her, but I'm also telling the world of her story.
Right.
So that not feeling seen that she experienced, now she's so happy that I am confident enough and I can sit through discomfort to let the world see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like every single time I feel like something new is unlocked. Like I did not know that. We were talking offline and I was telling you like I was the opposite of you. Where like yours showed up as like, hypersexuality, too loud. Mine is like wall. No one is gonna enter here. And and especially men. I was saying that like there's a wall. Like I don't allow anyone to come into this space. It's like
Stay right there.
and the thing is like the way for me, it's like whenever like I would meet a man, within the first minute, 2 minutes, I know whether I'm even gonna allow.
Yeah.
Like literally I would have relationships, but that person would never
Get
it's
past
like
a certain point.
Exactly. You have a relationship with a person, but there's a wall
It's
there.
not that deep.
Right. It's not that deep. And I would think like, we had a relationship. When it's now when I look back, I'm like, they had no idea. They didn't even scratch the surface of getting to know.
Now mine was
me.
the opposite.
Yeah.
Like all my interactions, even if we've dated for 3 months, it's the most intense relationship of your life.
Yeah.
I used to go in too deep. And even with friendships. And that's where the codependency was coming in.
I just find it so interesting that your energy was being leaked and going to other people, right? So that's like, then you didn't have the energy available for your creativity. Whereas mine, even though it's not leaking to people, it's suppressed.
So you still don't have
I
access
still don't have
to
access
it.
to it. And it's interesting that this is coming up. Oh my gosh, I'm getting
Downloads.
I'm getting downloads. The reason
I think we are having a session on air.
Yes. The reason why this is coming up, this is literally just came. The reason why this is coming up, it's my year 3, and that is the year of creativity. Like, it's the year that I'm being asked to be creative. All the oracle cards that I'm pulling, everything that I'm, all the tarot cards, it's about creativity. And I just got the download of like, that's why this is being reflected.
It's about time you came to see
Yeah.
me. And it's so interesting to notice this happening. Like, on camera because it means I'm not crazy. This happens a lot in my sessions. Like, I think my field of awareness completely opens people, even the most close people, to just tap in. So it's so nice.
As much as this was for you, this was... As much as this was for you, this was for me.
It
oh
is
my
time.
gosh. It's time.
Come and see.
Yeah, because it's being reflected. Like I was talking about earlier, like I'm in communities now where like that is the thing that's coming up.
Womb work.
We were together, was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That
Valentine's.
came up. Yeah. That came up, and then it came up yesterday. It's coming up now. It's like the universe is constantly putting this in front of me.
So my advice is when you're embarking on this journey, this long, painful journey, is to gather your resources. And a resource to me is anything that makes your nervous system feel anchored, rooted, grounded, anything that feels good to your body. Whether it's a plant, whether it's a community, whether it's your work, this work that you're doing, whether it's memories of things that happened to you that you want to hold on to, the positive memories, whether it's hopes of the beautiful future that you envision for yourself. Keep gathering your resources because you're going to need them.
As you're speaking, I'm just getting downloads and downloads about things that I've been wanting to call in. And I'm getting downloads about like, okay, this is what's blocking what you're trying to call in. Oh my God.
Yes. And one affirmation
oh my gosh, yes.
that has really helped me with my sexual shadow is that my desire is not dangerous.
It's there for a reason. Your desire is there because there's a higher self version of you that's experiencing that. It's like your desire is a map of like, here's the direction that I want you, my soul, is it the direction that I want you to follow? This is the path that I want to follow. So that's how I view desire.
Yeah. And desire is very connected to the sacral chakra. So when you're sexually abused, you tend to have a very unhealthy relationship with desire.
Can you say more about that?
Yeah, because your desire feels dangerous to your system, like a threat.
Even though your conscious mind thinks like, oh, I know I want this.
Yes. But because something happened within your boundaries without your consent, then your desire feels dangerous to your body.
I'm feeling some sensations.
Where do you feel them?
I feel like an opening. Oh my gosh,
Is it okay to just give a moment and
Nyambura.
honor that? Yeah.
Is this why I was feeling nervous energy as I was coming? This is going to be a very interesting episode. But
Yeah.
it honestly feels like a therapy episode. Doesn't it feel like that?
It's so funny because one of the desires that I've been having and that have informed my system is not dangerous is to have this kind, like have healing on air. I would love to hold my sessions. One of my dreams and desires is to do this.
You know what?
On air.
I'll talk to you about it off camera. Yeah.
So when you say this feels like a session, that's a confirmation that my desire is not dangerous.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. I want us to continue this conversation. You know, I don't want to keep it too long because I feel like you're one of those people that's probably going to be like a resident, resident guest, like.
I manifested this, trust me. Sini mimi nakusho.
It's so interesting. So for those who don't know, so I've followed Nyambura on X for like a long time. And so yesterday I was thinking about this meeting today, and I was like, I can't believe like I followed you on X for a long time, and then now I know you in real life offline. Isn't that interesting? I
It's
mean, like
very
you
interesting.
didn't know of my existence or anything like that, but I was just thinking about how things come into existence.
Orchestrated by our higher selves. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I followed you even before you started sharing your...
When did you follow me?
I don't remember, but like I don't think you were talking about what you talk about now.
I started talking about what I talk about now around 2018. Is when I decided I am not going to be fractured anymore.
When were you in your previous partnership?
Yes, it's around that time, 2018, 2019.
Right, I think that's when I followed you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So previously, I used to just touch on, maybe talk a bit about chakras, talk a bit about Reiki.
Right.
But around 2019 is when I went in deep and started showing up as exactly who I am.
So because that was when like now I had, I was in my journey of like now like getting to reconnect with myself, and that is why, part of the reason I was like, it's like you were saying, your higher self, whoever is in front of you, your higher self, like you have a soul contract. Somebody either reminds you of what you already know within yourself, right? Because people don't tell you new information. It's like you have everything, you have all the information within yourself, and people are just like reflecting back and reminding you of what you already know. And that is why it resonates deeply. Because otherwise, it would just be like an intellectual thing that enters through here and then goes through there, right?
I love that you said that, because that's a core belief of mine, that because we are the entire universe experiencing itself in human form, then if you're the entire universe within yourself, then you contain all the information that already exists and that will ever exist. So whenever you read something, whenever you encounter someone who says something and it resonates, resonance for me
and
is...
it's a body level.
Yes.
Yeah.
That resonance for me is a raising of information that is already within you. Yeah. But now you're in a position, maybe your container is resourced enough to perceive this information.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that so much. So we I'm going to conclude this episode because I don't want to make it too long, but be sure that Nyambura is
you'll
gonna be
see
back.
me again and again and again.
Because as you can see, like as we were talking, I'm downloading, I'm getting unlocked,
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. Like you are such a powerhouse. I'm so grateful that I know you in real life now. Thank you so much for coming back again. We both needed this as much as you needed this. I also needed this. It's just a beautiful alignment.
And thank you so much for creating this safe container.
Yeah. And if you didn't watch last episode where I had Nyambura, we talked about at length about her journey in general, her journey to spirituality, her path, her work. And today, of course, we were focusing on the shadow of sexual abuse, right? But also like shadow in general, and how like the shadow holds your gift, like literally everything that you're trying to call in, because I just got that down, right? Everything you're trying to call in, there's a part of you that's blocking it. And as she explained, right, there's a part of you that's blocking it because you need to go and examine and reclaim that part of you and bring it home. Those fragments of you that were left behind. And it doesn't have to be a sexual abuse. It could be that you were silenced when you were a child.
Any form of trauma.
Right, any form of trauma, anything that, and sometimes it's not even, it doesn't have to be like a big thing. It could be a small thing, but your child interpretation of that, right, is what matters. Like how you interpreted it.
Of a young child.
Yes.
How it receives information from the environment is not the same way we as adults.
Yes. Your conscious mind,
But those children, those traumatized children within us, hold the golden keys to our highest existence.
Yes. So I think, if you're embarking on this journey, check out Nyambura's work. If you feel like you're ready to heal, you feel like, okay, it's time for me to reclaim my gifts. It's time for me to examine my shadow and bring those fragments home. check out. I'm gonna put her information in the description box. You can reach out to her directly and work with her. As you can see, she already unlocked things. Now, we're going to do some work. So definitely reach out to her, right? And if you loved this episode, we would love for you to share with other people who might benefit from it. Comment on YouTube. Let us know what resonated with you. And if you're listening on Apple and Spotify, rate our podcast. It really, really helps us reach more people who might benefit from this conversation. Until next time, it's been so beautiful. It's been wonderful having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
And we will see you next time on the Art of Being podcast.
I hope today's conversation resonated with you, brought you a sense of clarity, and maybe even challenged you to reflect further on your healing and spiritual journey. If it resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. If you are watching on YouTube, like this episode, subscribe, and share your feedback and reflections. If you are listening on Apple or Spotify, rate this podcast and leave a review. Your feedback means so much to me. And it also helps the podcast grow and reach more people who may need these conversations. You can also find our socials and email in the episode description. I always love hearing from you. Until next time, take gentle care of your soul, mind, and body.